Leg 2 of the coast-to-coast cross-country flight of the A36 was from Billings, Montana to Aberdeen, South Dakota. I often overnight at Aberdeen when I'm flying eastbound because you lose 2 hours with the switch to Central Time. This video shows the arrival at Aberdeen after flying a mostly direct route east from Billings. The huge military operations areas along that path were active only above 12,000 feet, so I didn't need to go around them. Enjoy the views of the high plains and note how the scenery changes after you cross the Missouri River at Mobridge, South Dakota.
Alright, so we are about 30 minutes out of Aberdeen, level 7,500. It's been a bumpy ride all the way from Billings. Starting our descent here in about 35 miles. We're showing 71 miles from the airport. The latest weather there is wind out of the north at 22 with gusts to 33. We have not been able to pick up the AWAS yet. We'll see what we get when we get a little closer in. We're a little far out for that yet. So runway 35, which happens to be pretty much aligned with that wind. I put in a PIREP over Mobridge with Huron radio. It's been clear skies, pretty much unlimited visibility. We're just seeing a few little clouds at probably about 8,000 or so as we continue eastbound. Aberdeen is reporting clear skies. The temperature's 1.4, 299.6. We'll drop in the pressure as we continue eastbound. And the TAF.
Coach 4664, man. Descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 8,000, Bismarck altimeter 3002.
Calling for those winds to stay pretty strong until later on this afternoon, this evening. Should be better tomorrow.
Oscar 7 Whiskey Hotel, contact Minneapolis Center 128.0.
I'm just monitoring Minneapolis Center now. I was not able to get flight following much of the way because of just the too low an altitude in there. Radar coverage is poor. Although I don't understand with ADSB why they can't see me, but I'll have to do some research on that. Still getting bounced around quite a bit. I've set up a VNAV profile so that I can get down about 3 miles from the airport. But with these bumps, I'm going to have to slow down early, I think. Winds aloft are definitely shifting around now, so we seem to be, since we crossed the Missouri River, the wind shifted more out of the north almost northwest. Picked up in strength a little bit. Remnants of that system that blew through here the last couple of days. They had snow in Wisconsin. It's May, people. So we're going to have to wrestle our way to the ground in Aberdeen. That's not unusual. And now that we're across the Missouri, we're seeing many more lakes, and the land is turning flatter and a little bit greener, although it's still early in the season, so things are mostly tan. But we're out of the high plains now. Now we're doing
November 2 Papa November, change to my frequency 128.5.
Okay, we'll go back over to the right tank, and then we'll have the left tank for landing as we get in closer when we start our descent. Go ahead and turn the landing light on. Leave everything else alone for the moment. It's a VFR.
Or 2 Papa November there.
Not going to bother setting up an approach. Pattern altitude's 2,300. Familiar with the airport. We will roll all the way to the end of this runway and exit right, and then get over to Alpha, crossing the runway 1331, and then enter the
West 650, Minneapolis Center of those, 2 Falls, altimeter 2987.
Going to hangar 9. Hope they got my message. Very good FBO. I've stayed there, stopped there many times. We're going to overnight in Aberdeen and then figure out the next destination tomorrow morning or tonight when we have a better look at what the weather's doing as we continue east. Still pretty crummy in Wisconsin along the along Lake Michigan. Chicago is reporting winds of 27 out of the north-northwest with some scatter clouds and broken 25, so it's kind of very marginal VFR there. I have the town of Aberdeen in sight, skewed slightly to our right because we're holding a little bit of a correction of the wind out of the north. Let's see if we can get the AWAS now.
Altimeter 2995. Remarks. Density altitude 1,600. Aberdeen Regional Airport, Aberdeen, South Dakota. Automated weather observation 2055 Zulu. Wind 350 at 19er. Peak gusts 31. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 15 Celsius. Dew point -03 Celsius. Altimeter 2995.
All right, so the winds have stayed pretty much what we predicted. They've dropped. The gusts have dropped a little bit.
Midwest 650, contact Sioux Falls, approach 125.8.
But fortunately, the wind is right down the runway. Up and descent will be coming up here. We're now about 36 miles from the airport. We have to lose about 5,000 feet. Yeah, the winds have picked up. We're showing 340 at 25 up here at 7,500, and it's cold. -5 now Celsius. Town of Aberdeen, and I think I see the airport out there. A little harder to pick up. Start bringing the power back a little bit so we have reduced speed a little bit as we descend. Get our top of descent call here in just a minute. There it is, 1 minute to the top of descent. We'll go ahead and switch to the left tank. Keep things even. We've got about 37 gallons of fuel on board at the moment. Roughly half tanks. And VPath is enunciating. Down we come. Wind's right down the runway. Typical Midwest spring weather. We'll see how bumpy and squirrely things are. We may do this as a no-flap landing, or certainly with only approach flaps. We'll see how it looks as we get in closer. So So the wind's directly off our left wing at 2-3. Go ahead and disconnect the autopilot, flight director, and yaw damper. Get a feel for things here and continue on down. 2,000 feet to go. There's the airport out ahead. 7 miles. Go ahead and slow down, put the wheels down early. Help with our stability and help us slow down a little bit here. Speed checks, gear coming down. Green. Taxi lights on. Okay, here comes pattern altitude. Green. No flaps at the moment. Mixture's rich, props at 25. We're on the left tank. We'll leave it there for the landing. Aberdeen traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's turning left downwind, runway 35, full stop Aberdeen. Aberdeen traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, turning left base 35, full stop Aberdeen. Final looks clear. Runway looks clear. There's nobody else out here. The re-green turn and final. We'll go approach flaps. Aberdeen traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot's final, runway 35, full stop Aberdeen. Carry a little bit of power, 3 green. .90 knots. Speed's only 66. Definitely frisky out here today. Alright, we are down. That's a strong wind. Aberdeen traffic, Bonanza 46 Foxtrot, clear runway 35 on Charlie. Won't be crossing runway 1331 on Alpha. Runway's clear both ways. Don't hear or see anybody.